Hey guys, Puritan Piper here on a Saturday afternoon here at my dad's place in South Eugene, Oregon. Kind of a cool backdrop. Decided to come out here, make a quick video, enjoying a few luxuries of life on this weekend, and yeah, decided to make a video, have you guys join me today. I'm going to try out a couple different things today that I think you guys will like and we can enjoy together. First one is this. Morton Cellar. This is a pretty common and popular tobacco that a lot of people will smoke when they're getting into more English blend type of tobaccos. They'll first get into an aromatic type tobacco, and they'll hear a lot of people talking about English or just non-aromatics in general, and this is a really good tobacco to kind of bridge the gap. It's somewhat aromatic in a sense. It has some kind of topping to it that is flavored, but it does have some perique, I believe, and also some latakia to it. So it does have a nice balance of getting into a English type of blend. So the Cellar is kind of a unique tobacco because in the tin it comes with this little wood block. It's a stave block, I believe, from a whiskey barrel. So what they do is in each tin they put one of these blocks in the tin, and it kind of infuses a little bit of a whiskey type of flavor or aroma to the tobacco. So it's a really unique idea. It's kind of difficult to smell that in here, but it does somewhat have a little bit of an alcoholish type of scent to it. So it's a nice, unique tobacco that it pairs well with whiskeys and scotches as you'd think it would. So I'm going to try this out with you today, and also I'm going to enjoy some scotch. This is a cool, unique scotch that I recently acquired. I've been reading a book called Endurance, as you can see here. This is the story of Sir Ernest Shackleton, who in the early 1900s traveled to Antarctica with, I believe, 17 men. And his idea and journey and voyage was to walk across Antarctica and be the first people to do that. And in the story, I won't ruin it for you, but they don't make it. And a cool feature is 100 years later at the base camp in one of their islands they stayed at, they found some scotch, they found some whiskey, and this was, I think, in 2007-ish. And so what they did is they brought that scotch back to Scotland, and one of the master distilleries there used that and somewhat cloned it, copied it into their own scotch. And so this one is one of the varieties that came off of that, and this is called a Shackleton. It's a blended malt scotch whiskey by McKinley's. You can see there, really cool bottle, awesome. The nautical theme is what got me. So I got this after hearing about the story, and it's fairly cheap. I think around $40 US. Cool little box there. It's 40% alcohol. Not the strongest, but it does have a nice flavor to it. So I'm going to pair this with my Morton Cellar and see what we get. There we go. So yeah, it's a really cool story. I'm almost done with the book now, and I know how the story ends, but it's pretty incredible. They go out on this ship called Endurance, and it's a pretty amazing ship that was made for charting the Arctic Sea and going to Antarctica, but it doesn't end well for them. Thankfully, they all survive, so that's pretty incredible. In this voyage, they do survive, and all of them do, and it's a pretty amazing story. I recommend that book if you haven't read that, to check it out. It's pretty encouraging to see the bravery of men and what men can accomplish, and so it's a pretty cool story. So I'm just packing this bowl real quick. This is a Aldo Villani, cool little briar pipe. This was actually my first briar I got in Montana. I think one of my videos I made, I talked about this pipe. Really cool, rusticated look. big bowl to it, and it smokes very well. I like it. So packing this up with some Frog Morton Cellar. I believe the Frog Morton line is based loosely on a Lord of the Rings reference of Frog Morton being one of the references. And being a Lord of the Rings fan, I had to pick it up. And when I actually made that transition from mainly aromatics to non-aromatics, and especially some more English Balkan type of blends, the Frog Morton was a good one to bridge that gap for many people as well. Here we go. My little Zippo lighter that's made for pipes, got a little cap on top, allows it to go through the hole on the side. There we go. Nice. I haven't had this tobacco in a while, as I gravitate mainly towards plum pudding, as my last video indicated. There's something about plum pudding that I really, if when I smoke a pipe, I usually gravitate towards that, or an Orlick Golden Slice for a nice clean Virginia. But this is nice. I wanted to have this pairing between this Frog Morton Cellar, and I had to dip into my cellar and pull out some Shackleton Scotch. A little more light, and then we'll try the Scotch with it. It has been a little bit gloomy here in Eugene that time of year. And I really do like this tobacco though. It has a little bit of a, I hate to say that, but kind of a chemically taste. I think some of the McClellan Frog Mortons and a lot of the McClellans kind of has a ketchup-y taste, but with this I get a little bit of a chemically taste, and that's probably why I steer away from it. But it's not bad. I don't mean that to deter you from trying it. There we go. You'll see how it pairs with a good Scotch. Mostly I prefer a single malt Scotch, like Oban's a really good one. This is a blended malt whiskey. But I do like it. Let's try it. It does have some nice citrusy notes to it when you smell. Some pecan. It does have a deep flavor to it as well. Yeah, that's good. And the finish is nice and crisp. It doesn't last long. And let me say, it does pair very well with a pipe. Kind of cool trying the Frog Morton Cellar with my Shackleton Cellar. It's good. So yeah, I recommend checking out that book. It's kind of a cool story, and especially that they found some of his private reserve whiskey, Scotch, I believe 100 years later almost. So they try to replicate it. You know, it's kind of a marketing strategy for them, and it's fairly affordable. They do have another type that is, I think it was the first batch that they made, that it was a bit more expensive, I think 100 and 150 bucks a bottle. But this is very affordable. I think I said like 40 bucks for that bottle, so check it out. It's cool to just enjoy the story behind that. Well, I've been reading this book and enjoying the whiskey while I read it, and it's kind of a cool experience. During their journey, everybody smoked a pipe as well. So he talks a lot about and a lot of them are journal entries and stuff, and they're enjoying pipes as much as they can because they're stranded, and so they do enjoy the luxury of having tobacco with them. And when their ship goes down, they can only bring certain things with them, and one of the things that he does tell his crew, Shackleton's crew, to bring is their pipes and their tobacco with them, because he knows that's going to be something they'll enjoy. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this glass of Shackleton and the rest of this pipe, this Frog Morton Cellar in my backyard. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend ahead. Happy New Year to everyone. Already almost through the first month. It's crazy. And I will see you all next time. Puritan Piper, God bless.